Welcome to the Starin Town Hall. This is the July edition, the post-InfoComm edition. We are in July, I think. Yes, we are definitely in July. Don't mind me. It's summer, so the dog days of summer are starting. I'm just going to talk a little bit, let everybody come in. Once everybody's in, I'm going to introduce the illustrious panel we have here today. This is the DTEN Town Hall. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Neto. I am the Market Development Manager at Starin. I am your host for the next 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depends on all the questions that you guys have. Once again, this is a town hall, and the way the town hall is set up, I kind of give you an intro. I welcome everybody to the show. I bring on our featured guests. We talk about product. We talk a little nerdy tech on the AV side, but then we turn over the reins to you. So the rest of the town hall is going to be driven by your questions. Feel free to ask away down at the Q&A. And that's, wow, I didn't even realize I was a poet. I didn't even know it. Put the questions down in the Q&A. We will get to them at the end, but we're going to go through the presentation. I have one of my favorite AV people here today, and Dave Silverstein. And if I decide to go down the how I'm going to cook salmon tonight, I would give Dave a call. If not, we can save the food questions for afterwards. But once again, my name is Chris. I'm the Market Development Manager here at Starin. Today, I am delighted to have DTEN here with us. For you, those of you that are not familiar with DTEN, we're going to give you all the kind of goodies that you need to know about DTEN and where they are, where they came from, and how everything's going right now. That's what's most important. But with us today is Susan McDougall. She's the Sales Manager for Distribution and DMR Channels. How are you, Susan? How's everything?
I'm wonderful, and I can't believe we're halfway through the year as well. So good to be talking to you again, Chris. Good seeing you at InfoComm earlier last month. And thank you for everyone attending. We appreciate, your partnership. We appreciate your business, and looking forward to fielding all your questions and helping you with your DTEN
and I
deals.
apologize for tolling the bell that the year is halfway over. And if somebody's having a panic attack, I am so very sorry. With us today as well is Dave Silverstein. He is the channel manager at DTEN. Hello, David. How are you, sir?
I am good. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing great. Can't wait to dig into what we got going. Mr. Mark's in the background. He's working the slides. Mark, let's go to the next slide and get right into what is going on at DTEN. My God, Dave, did you bring everything and squish it into a slide?
Yes, we took everything and put it in one slide.
You overpacked for our town hall, but which is good is that we have all this information here. So tell me a little bit about DTEN for the folks that are on here that have not seen or heard of DTEN. I don't know how that's possible, but give us a little background on DTEN.
Right. Okay. So DTEN is built around and designed to be an all-in-one Zoom room appliance. So the idea is everything's included: cameras, microphones, speakers. Most of our screens are all touch interactive, so touch screen supported. So the idea is it's as simple as hang it on the wall, give it Ethernet, and it turns on. It actually boots straight to Zoom, so the customer never sees an operating system or any of those kind of things. They can even put it on a cart and roll it around. You plug it in and it boots up in 48 seconds, and it's a Zoom room ready to go.
So purpose-built for Zoom.
Purpose-built around Zoom for Zoom. Yep.
Yes.
And that gives the advantage to that is it allows us to take advantage of all those individual Zoom features that are out there that somebody who's building a generic that does everything might not add those additional pieces because it's only in the Zoom environment where those things exist.
Yeah, these are
So
checked off by the.
You'll never see a Zoom feature come out that DTEN doesn't already know about and have engaged, and you'll never see a DTEN feature come out that Zoom doesn't know about. Excellent. Our engineering teams are locked at the hip in terms of how things operate with each other.
So for folks that are looking to deploy systems, what basically in the, I guess to get to the nitty gritty of it, these systems are the same UX that are on your computers that everybody's known and familiar with. There is absolutely no difference between the interface that you use and that you're used to on your computer and these systems. So for people that are installing this on clients' room systems, the benefit is what they're familiar with from working at home and calling. They can even call grandma using it. They can come into a conference room and they are guaranteed that they know what they're doing because it's exactly the same interface that's there. The UX is the same. So That something that I know and appreciate, considering, they could have, you guys could have made your own special sauce of how it looks, and then it would be a little bit, it could get out of control, but it didn't. So what we have here in front of us is the complete portfolio. Let's give a lightning round to this one, Dave. The folks that are
Sure.
not familiar, let's
So
start at the
so
top
we do
with
it-
the 75s. Let's go.
Yeah, so we do everything from dual 75s all the way down to a 27-inch. So dual 75s, why would you even want dual 75s? Well, for anybody who's on this webinar right now, you're looking at the content slide so we can see the complete portfolio. And then there's either one, me, or maybe 4 or 5 people either in the corner or across the top. And that's all you get, even though there are large numbers of people on this call, right? When you go to a dual system within the Zoom environment, one screen is always for content and whiteboarding, and the other screen is always participants. So if your customer is the type of person that likes to meet eye to eye, they like to talk to their employees, think about a dual, whether it's a 75 or a 55, it gives them more of an experience. We can put up to 49 people onto that screen at once. So everybody can be seen, even though their PowerPoint is still up, even though their content is there, their whiteboarding is there. Any groups that are doing, the big buzzword right now is ideation, where they're actually creating ideas and working on things. That's where you want to see the person as well as be able to see what they're marking up and what they're creating. So very powerful from a dual point of view. Then, of course, single 75s, single 55s, then all the way down to 27s. We've got a couple of 27s. The Go and Mate. The Go is a 4-camera system that goes on top of any display, and the Mate is a 10-inch touchscreen that drives it. And amazingly enough, anything that appears on the screen the Go is attached to will also appear on the Mate. So the end result is the Mate, that 10-inch wireless tablet, gives us full annotation on a screen that does not have annotation capabilities. So if
But
you've got a
you can
larger
pick up
screen
the
or
Mate.
smaller screen, I can still have annotation in that space.
So you could pick up the Mate and use the Mate to do all your stuff, which is interesting because
Yeah.
one of the kind of back and forths that people get about using touch screens is that you have to actually stand up and use the touch
Right.
screen. So
Yep.
the ability to have the Mate at your table and do your, I guess for lack of a better term, your John Madden plays and circles and X's and O's, you could do it from the comfort of your chair as opposed to the people that, kind of may have feel awkward to stand up and do that. It's a nice
Correct.
setup. I can appreciate that. I'm sure a lot of customers do that as well.
It's interesting. Many customers say, yeah, we don't really use annotation, or we don't need the touch enabled. We're just doing presentations. It's amazing once they have the annotation, they realize what's there, how powerful it becomes. There's no greater group than accounting and finance. The first time accounting and finance puts up their 100 by 100 Excel spreadsheet and they're saying, go to line AQ column 170, and they realize they can just touch the screen and circle the number they want and draw an arrow and say, compare it to this. The light bulb goes on and they understand how much easier their job is going to be, how much faster they're going to get done simply because that annotation tool is there. So we're big proponents of annotation in every space. And when people start using it, they really see the advantage to it.
Excellent.
And then the last picture here is the Mate itself. So we took the Mate and just made it a wireless controller that you can pair to any Zoom room and control a Zoom room. It'll also become a scheduler if you'd like. So you can mount them outside of the room and scheduler, you can put it in the room, and you can have a wired or wireless controller approach.
Sounds great. That's a pretty, I guess a well-developed portfolio of products, all on the display side. Your cameras, your microphones, high quality across the board. One of the first things I noticed with the 55 that personally I use and I have in my office and part of that I use for training and stuff. You do have the micro rays above the top. You also have the ability for the camera to kind of digitally pan around and find you as you move around. So you have those features, and that's all part of the camera setup as well. I also like the fact that it's removable, simply because if something goes bad, you can always swap that out, and it doesn't require a complete meltdown or shutdown of an office. You can easily have something shipped over, installed, and put in the room. So I can
Mark.
appreciate it as a former tech and a former tech manager. Things like that are, go a long way to winning hearts and minds.
Not only is everything modular, so you can replace and repair it very quickly, but we actually, on our 1-year warranty, actually offers full advanced replacement, and we pay freight both ways on it.
Wow. All right. Sounds great.
So that's a pretty good deal. And of course, I mean, I gotta say, everything's in stock and ready to go. So the beauty of it is,
you ruined the surprise. You ruined it, Dave. I was waiting to spring that on much later, but since now you brought it up, now we got to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what I was hinting before as we were getting ready to kick off the town hall presentation, was that yes, all of the DTEN products are in stock and ready to ship. So that means if you have a UC issue right now and it requires something to go in the room and you need it to get done, or a project that's waiting, and you're considering, or if you haven't considered an all-in-one device, the DTENs can do what you're looking for, even if it means adding on to an existing monitor, because one of your products does that as well. If you need scheduling software, that's kind of in the Zoom ecosystem, it's ready to go. It's it is positive news, considering that we just got back from a trade show, and I was expecting the trade show to be a lot crazier. I thought that manufacturers, I was feeling for you guys, because it's been a rough ride for a lot of manufacturers in the industry in general with parts and supply chain. But you guys have beefed up your stock. You have a healthy product line right now that is coming in and has been delivered already to us. So I know, because I did my homework before this, I can't come on a town hall without doing homework. And prior to that, I checked our stock levels, and we are at stock. So if there's anything that you guys need, please get a hold of your Starin reps. They'll be more than happy to assist. If not, if you want to send me a message, send me a message. I'll point you in the right direction and get that conversation started.
Hey, Chris, can I interrupt you too? Because, I think I've mentioned this before, and I want to make sure I'm reiterating it too, because, we really appreciate the partnership that you guys have given us to help us with the supply chain. And, it has been extremely challenging for everyone in the industry. Starin has been a really good partner for us to help us manage through the supply chain issue. And so I want to make sure that that's not ignored, because, we've made, some investments in inventory and supply chain to make sure that we've brought that product that continues to come over. And, we couldn't have done that without you guys. So I want to make sure I call that out as well, because you guys have been a really good partner for us.
Well, I appreciate it. The team back at the home office in Chesterton will be very happy to hear that as well. I'm in New Jersey. Me and Dave, we're kind of outcasts, and when it comes to to everything.
I won't comment on outcasts being in New Jersey, so we'll just keep it clean here.
I see what you did there. Thank you so much. So let's go to the next slide, and because I don't want to miss some things, because we did bring up a couple things such as Infocom and some of the new products. But let's get to talking about the DTEN onboard. Tell me, go ahead, Dave, sell it to me.
Sure.
Give me why we need to know about onboard.
So onboard is really bringing us to the environment that we meant to build. I know we tried to change it, but our first mistake was 30-something years ago. We called it video conferencing. And everybody knows when you go to a conference, you sit there and listen and learn, right? You don't interact. You don't share ideas, right? You don't create. So sure, we've been trying to change it to say it's UC and unified collaboration and all those kind of things. But still, everybody has to go to the office because we're going to have a brainstorming session. Right? We still have to take all the Post-it notes and write stuff down and stick them on the wall and move them all around and do all those kind of things. Well, we know we can't do that, or we shouldn't have to go to the office to do that, but we need to give people the tools to do that. That's really where the onboard comes in. The onboard is a 55-inch screen that is a whiteboard and can be added to any Zoom room. I will preface by saying that Zoom has updated their whiteboarding capabilities to include all the good things like Post-it notes and shapes and templates. and persistence. So now within your Zoom environment, you have a tab on your desktop that says whiteboards. So you can go back and look at the old whiteboards that you worked on. You can make changes to them. Everybody in the group will get a notification that you made a change. It keeps everybody synced working on projects together, right? Many people have been doing this for years. There are two large companies that supply this software to the desktop. One is called Mural, and the other one is called Miro, right? Both of those companies are large collaboration companies where they have interactive whiteboarding with persistence and everything else, mostly run on the desktop. Amazingly enough, the DTEN onboard can run both of those pieces of software as well.
Okay.
So we're not limited to just the Zoom environment. We can be an interactive whiteboard for anybody who's using Mural, anybody who's using Miro. They can put it in their room, and now they have a large whiteboard rather than everybody doing it off their laptop appropriately. So in addition to supporting the new Zoom whiteboard, the onboard can also be put into kiosk mode. And when you put it in kiosk mode, it can be used as a wayfinding device. So if you're using virtual workspace, somebody can come in, they can touch the screen, look at a map, find what desk they reserve, and go get that desk. If they forgot to reserve a desk, they can reserve a desk right from the board. So for those people that are doing, hot desking, workplace reservations, the onboard can act as a 55-inch screen for the front lobby to guide everybody around.
Okay. This is good. This is something that I was not expecting from you guys, because
and you can add it to any, well, it runs standalone. You can just run it as a whiteboard if you need it, but you can add it to any Zoom room. So if you have already built Zoom rooms for somebody and they don't have an interactive screen, you can add this to that scenario, and now they've got a full whiteboard to go in that room.
Very nice. Very nice.
Chris,
yeah.
You've been doing this a long time.
Please don't tell them how long. Don't tell them how long.
I won't. How many rooms have you built where you put in a whole Zoom room system and there's still a glass whiteboard on the side wall? Now we can replace that glass whiteboard with something that brings all that into the meeting.
It's hard to break old habits, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that still kind of dig the whole analog lifestyle. I mean, hey, listen, vinyl's coming back and record players are making there's no reason why you need to have a glass whiteboard. Now, granted, I like a glass whiteboard as much as the next, but why not do something that is actually tracking and saving and doing all the things that you would be doing on that whiteboard sloppily, because I don't have good penmanship. Sorry, I can draw, but my handwriting stinks. Anyway, I can appreciate this. This is good. Now, you guys took this to InfoComm. How was the response? You can let's be honest. What was the response to onboard?
The response was amazing, and we're actually in beta testing right now. So we have many large end customers as well as integrators who have these in their shop, and they're banging and beating on them and trying them out so that they can get them into. And most of the people that we talk to are talking very large quantities when they saw it.
Very nice.
Yeah,
right?
and can I just
These large
interrupt
customers
here?
came in, they're like 500 rooms, 300 rooms. The rooms are already there, they're already built. They just don't have whiteboard capability, and that's what's missing.
Very nice.
Yep. And one thing I want to chime in. So, Dave made a comment here. We've got a lot of beta customers out there trying it out. We are expecting our GA shipment, our first customer shipment, to be available, shippable to distribution here by the end of the month. So we are really, really close here. I'm working with your team to get, initial stocking orders. We should have them available so they're shippable by the end of the month. So we'll be stocked here when we're ready for GA, which is very, very soon.
Very nice. So congratulations, because here I'm looking at award winners. Congratulations on the 3 awards that you guys went for and attained. That's always a plus, that you can go to a trade show and come back with a best in show. So congratulations to you. the onboard, the Mate, and the Pro. I mean, I could speak for the D10 Me Pro because I kind of have one. It's great. And I love it. So little personal, reference if you need it, but the Pro works really, really well, the D10 Me Pro. Let's now go to see what you guys have coming up. For all the integrators that are on, this is what's important, right? Not only do we have stock, but we also need to share what is available and what the programs are that are available to you. This gets a little salesy, so I'm sorry that this is not my usual MO, but you guys need to know what's going on. There's promotions here that are saving money. And not only is it saving money for you guys, but it's also, in turn, you also have products that are available and saving money, as opposed to here's a discount or here's a coupon and use it in 6 months or when you come back and shop with us later. Man, I hate those things in the store. I never get those right. But thank you. These discounts that you're seeing here, I'm just pushing them up on the screen. I don't want to sit here and tell you how great they are. They're all great. But what's important here is that you get back to your Starin folks, your Starin reps. They can give you all the details regarding all these discounts. Specifically, there's an EDU and government discount that's available as well for the folks that are in the higher ed space. Take a look at this. Take a look at the other previous discounts that we had shown up on the screen. I don't want to overpitch, but it's here. It's here. They're in stock, and there is discounts to be had. And because Susan and Dave are feeling, pretty good, they will work with you if absolutely, if you got to get the thing done, they will work with you to ensure that you get a better price and that you have these products when you need them as quickly as possible.
Yep. So a couple things I want to make sure we're highlighting. So we've been running some promotions. We've had government and education discounts. We've had Deal Reg. These are continuing programs. I think the key here, though, is we're adding some enhancements to them. So, we've upped the discount for the Gov Ed program. So, we did that to support, state and local and education buying season. We're going to run that through the end of September as well to support any of those government and education opportunities that we're trying to close over the summer. And additionally, for Deal Reg, we've got some guidelines and enhancements we can put towards additional discounts. So if it's new customer to D10, we can add additional margin for that first order. If they're volume discounts, we can go ahead and add an additional margin as well for larger deployments that, if you're trying to bring something in over the summer, talk to your Starin rep. We've got additional discounts that we can use towards something that's, 10 or 11 or more boards for those larger deployments. So enhancements is the name of the game for promos right now.
Okay. Sounds good. I think that should ease some fears of people that are wondering, hey, they're going to give us a discount. Product's not here. You're getting a double on this one. You're getting the shipment, that they're there, and you're getting some extra Deal Reg points on this. So, like I said, I'm sorry, it is halfway through the year, folks. Do take advantage of this stuff and do what you need to do to take care of your customers. And I'm sure D10 will work alongside. Obviously, we are here to work with you, but D10 will be able to help as well. What was up, Dave?
And I guess I will weave in an answer to the first question at the same time. And that is one thing that's beautiful about D10 is, whereas my boss likes to say, it's kind of like a Tesla. Every time we come out with a new feature, we roll that feature out. It's over the air. You install it by either our Orbit software or from the Zoom admin portal. So in the Zoom admin portal, you can not only update your Zoom app, but you can also update the D10 firmware, which will bring you whatever new features we've created. We try and release a firmware once a month. We bundle things together and do it as a monthly release for everybody. That's the ideal way for us anyway. Some of the most recent things we added, obviously, multi-focus framing is a big one for everybody these days. And we've got some other stuff coming beyond that. But multi-focus framing, for those that don't know, will actually create 2 additional video streams in a call, and then take all the people in the room and zoom in on them and give them their own box in those 2 additional frames. And it'll do up to 16 people. We released a while ago, we released a firmware set that allows any one of the D10 products, if invited, to join not only a Zoom meeting, but a Microsoft Teams meeting, a WebEx meeting, and very soon, we're going to add GoTo and then Google Meet.
Sounds great. So for the folks that don't know, the question was submitted in by Jared. The question was D10's philosophy question. D10 philosophy question. Do updates get rolled out as they are developed, frequent smaller updates, or do they get wrapped up into a bundle, fewer, bigger updates? And that's what Dave was responding to. But you also, with your partnership with Zoom, all your updates and everything are in sync with the Zoom updates as well, which is super
Correct.
important. Because again, this goes back to the core of the Zoom Room and Zoom Room approved appliances is that, if you are, you purchase a D10 and Zoom updates their software, you guys, your system updates as well. Because the last thing you as a tech manager or an integrator want to hear is that my camera stopped working after the Zoom update. That's not the case here. D10 has a strong relationship with Zoom, and that is kind of also signaling when the updates are happening. If D10 is doing internal updates, they are, as Dave said, they're definitely happening quicker and more fewer, whatever it takes to get you guys up to speed and not leave you on the, not leave you guys looking bad. That's the one thing we don't want to do. So thank you so much, Jared, for the question. Kathy, in the question that it sounds like the onboard will keep the old Tiger teams alive. Kathy is just a fan of D10. And as you will see at the end of the slide, Kathy is the D10 person here at Starin. So she's a big fan of everything that D10 is doing. We do have product on order. That is what Kathy is saying, and she's excited to see the D10 onboard come into the warehouse. That is the one product that, as soon as it's coming out of the beta, that's the product that Susan was referring to, will be here in August. All the other products are already here. Don't sleep on it, folks. It's here. If you need them, come get them. And Jared put up, okay, you answered Jared's question. So Jared has been a long-time Starin Town Hall attendee. He just wanted to say thanks, Dave. So appreciate that. So now that we've gotten some of the questions, if you guys have any other questions for us, please put them in the Q&A section. We'll get to them. But you guys win awards. You guys go to Infocom. But I have to ask, because it's sort of like there's folks here that did not go to the show. I did. Tell me, what was the vibe of the show? Is AV back? Right? I know we didn't really go anywhere, but are the trade shows back? Were the people that were there asking the questions that you guys wanted asked, or was it just people hammering home that when are we going to get product? So and so doesn't have product. At least you guys have product. What kind of conversations? What was the feeling about going back to an AV trade show, a real AV trade show, after the past almost 3 years?
So for me, the most interesting part was the people who attended had projects. They had projects, they had reasons. Nobody went because some other big manufacturer was having a party and it'd be fun to attend.
We had a party.
I said big manufacturer.
Well, I'm not a manufacturer, so
Right.
we can have a cool party. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry. Had to. Feeling pretty good about the Starin party.
All the big parties were kind of gone this year, which in my opinion was kind of good. And the people that came for a reason. They had something to do. There was a mission, and people got that mission done. I think over time, it's just gonna grow back to where it was, if it doesn't even grow more. I mean, I know by the time we're done, I think we all know this, but there are millions of conference rooms out there that have no AV in them. And in a very short period of time, every one of them has to have some sort of AV connection. You're just not going to have a meeting without somebody not being there.
I think that what I saw at the show was I kind of got the confirmation that AV folks are talking to the technology managers that are out there and to companies, the corporates, the EDU. They're preparing to go back. Everybody's kind of trickled back to the office, start, stop.
Yep.
One thing kind of stood out, work from anywhere and work from home has not gone away. Just because people got on planes, just through what we've seen in the last month or so, you can get on a plane, your luggage may not make it. right? You may think you're
Right.
getting on a plane and it may be a day later. So travel is now still pushing what we do at the core of our business, which is help people communicate, right? Technically, that's what we do. So this is still like when travel gets weird, companies pull back to what they know, and what they know is unified communications. So having it on your PC, having it in the conference room, having a Me Pro at your desk, now running dual, like I got dual PCs running right now on my dining room because I don't want to be in my office. Well, I can't get into my office. That's a different story. That's a conversation for another day, folks. But you can, and you still have to conduct business. And what Infocom has shown us is that we are the enabled. We are the enablers of this. Regardless of what platform you're using, whether it is Zoom, whether it's Microsoft Teams, whether it's Google, we provide the devices and the services to make that happen. And we give it that little extra to make it wow. Because as you said earlier, you don't necessarily need an old school whiteboard in the room when you can do it electronically. We've progressed, we've evolved. Let's use the technology that's there that you guys have put a lot of research into and use it and be more efficient. I think that one of the things that has come out in the last 2+ years or almost 3 years is that if we do this right, using the right technology, it will help with efficiency. Your day, your 8-hour day can run a lot smoother because you can be in Tokyo at 8 a.m. You can be in New Jersey by 9, right? Try doing that on a plane these days.
Yeah, and Chris, to your point, I want to add to that. So, your question about Infocom experience, agree with what Dave said, and I'll add to it. It seemed that the reality is there's just a lot of uncertainty with the economy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? Where are we going? But the reality is, a lot of people I spoke to were still moving forward with projects. They don't know exactly what it means. They don't know exactly what their workplace strategy is going to be. If there's a lot of flux going on, are we going back to the office? Are we going to continue with remote? Are we going to continue with this idea of working how it makes sense for you? But projects were still moving forward because I think the overarching theme was now we are comfortable with video. We are comfortable with UC. We recognize the fact that it does make us all more efficient. It allows us to collaborate better. If somebody needs to be at home for whatever reason, whether it's, they have childcare issues, they become ill themselves and they don't want to bring that into the office, or they work for an organization that has flexible working, they still want to be that equal participant in any sort of collaboration that they have. And so, there are still a lot of questions out there on, what the future holds for all of us, but projects are still moving forward. They're still being added into IT budgets. And so there are opportunities out there. They just might look different than they looked 3 years ago.
Yeah. And what I've also kind of got a feeling from as well, speaking to different folks, is that the collaboration world, the world of UC, is not as stodgy as it used to be, and let me explain. If you had a video conference room, it was a long dark wood table, leather chairs, 2 big monitors, projector and a monitor, and everybody sat around and everybody looked at the same. That's not what's happening now. The rooms are being built differently. Whiteboards or electronic whiteboards are all in one for this. In this case, are casual. You're now standing, you're talking, you're moving around, people getting up and moving around. This is not video conferencing from 10 years ago. Nope. This may not even be video conferencing from 3 years ago. But this is kind of like the way the rooms are being developed and being looked at. Not as technology folks. I'm talking to the room designers and to the architects that are creating these spaces. They're the ones that are deciding how these spaces are doing. And in an unconventional manner, you're not having long, narrow rooms. You're now having rooms that are built for that collaboration in mind, for being tight-knit group situation. So
it's a collaboration room, and also it's smaller offices. Executives now aren't shying away from putting a 55-inch or even in some cases a 75-inch in their own office because they want to have that full immersive experience in their office. And so it to your point, it looks different than it did a few years ago, but it's still a project. It's still, it's something that's being added into that IT budget or that AV budget.
Yeah, we're starting to see the change, and the change is happening on the customer side. We as an industry now have to start getting ready for there may be design changes. It may not be what we were used to. So open up to it. Those are conversations that I've seen across multiple social platforms and how spaces are being designed and thought of and rethought of ever since, everything changed 2.5 years ago. But anyway, I now have a question that came in, and maybe Dave can answer it. The question came in that says, will connecting a microphone array via USB through an Avio or Audinate adapter disengage the DTEN onboard microphones on a D7 unit? Is there a preferred Dante USB adapter, maybe from a third-party manufacturer like Shure?
So the simple answer is yes and no.
Okay, that was.
So the answer is yes. If you take a USB-enabled mixer of some kind and plug it into the D7 via the USB port, you can choose to use that microphone array or mixer and not use the onboard microphone array.
Okay.
So you'll disable the onboard microphones, you'll use your external microphones or mixer that's mixing your microphones together. We don't require to convert it to Dante to do any of that stuff. There is another feature that's built in within Zoom, where within Zoom, you can tell it that there is a Dante-enabled microphone. It will turn off our microphones, and it will actually pull the audio stream over the internet directly into the cloud from that Dante-enabled mixer.
Nice.
So those are your two options.
I hope that answers.
There's one stumbling block with the Dante version,
Okay.
and that is it's only audio in to the Zoom environment. Most people, when they're putting in microphone arrays, they're also putting in ceiling speakers and other amplified type speakers. So I personally like the USB connection because then I can transfer both microphone and speaker sounds back and forth over that USB connection.
Sounds great. All right, that's cool. Now, Mark, can you, producer Mark's in the background here, can you bring up those slides again? We'll get to last few slides because there's some important information for folks that maybe weren't at InfoComm. So let's go ahead. First up, let's show what your channel sales team look like now. You guys have realigned and did everything, kind of straight and broke America up into 3 pieces. This is where your teams are located. These are the people that are there. Dave, you are the East Coast guy.
Yep.
And everybody else is listed here. If you guys need to get a hold of them, we do have all their contact information. Again, Kathy Pritt is the person who handles the D10 account, so you can get all that information. But just in case, here it is. Quick.
You guys are going to send this out, right? So no, we don't have to. Everyone's taking notes. Take a picture.
Yes, absolutely. No, this is a speed writing thing. I just want people to get their names down, and that's it. And then call me
First
back.
last at d10.com. But definitely reach out to your CAM. We're a channel company. Work with your CAM. They can help. Connect you into our Allbound portal if you're not already connected in to get deal reg information, and they can certainly. They work hand in hand with the Starin CAM team as well. We're the Starin team and the D10 CAM team should be the first point of contact for any D10 questions. And they're here to help, not just named accounts, but any reseller accounts. Sounds great.
And you guys are hitting the road.
Yes, we are doing a series of roadshows in conjunction with Zoom. This is the July schedule. There will be more in August and September. Some of those dates and locations haven't been set, but you can reach out to your Starin CAM. You can reach out to the D10 CAM, and we can get you all that information. If anyone's in those areas and they're interested in going, please come see us. We'll be on the road with Zoom.
Sounds good.
I'll be in Alpharetta, New York City.
Well, maybe I'll go visit you in New York City. I have to. Now I have to go through this, so I need to get this copy of this and see where I can meet you guys. That'll be interesting. I haven't been to. Well, I can't make it to Alpharetta, but I definitely think I can make it to New York City. Who's with me? If you guys are with me, let me know. Send me a message on chat. So this is the roadshow, which is great for folks that did not see the products. Is this a full product kind of road show? Or what are you guys taking? What are you bringing on the road with you? Are you going to bring the on? Did somebody get one, Dave? I know you get stuff early for sneak peeks and stuff like that. Did you get one? Are you taking it? You could be honest.
For this particular road show, I'm bringing a D10 Me Pro and the Go and Mate.
Nice. Okay. And there'll be, this is obviously something that's working on between you guys and Zoom as well. So
Yeah, Zoom, right. We're talking, it's a big conversation on virtual receptionist as well as workplace reservation.
Awesome. So a lot more than just a UC conversation. Now we're talking about going back into the office and how everything is.
We're really talking about, people that want to do hot desking because people are only coming back 1 or 2 days a week.
Interesting.
Zoom has a fantastic solution for people to be able to reserve a hot desk, book a hot desk, use a D10 Me or Me Pro as a second monitor when you're there, as well as if it becomes your Zoom phone, your Zoom environment, somebody calls you to switch from your monitor over to your phone.
Yeah. And we will include the link to this in the emails that go out. So you will have a link to all these to where this information is hit, so you can go ahead and sign up and reserve and make sure you guys are going to be there. That'd be kind of cool. All right, what's up next, Mark? Oh, okay. That was
what everyone was waiting for.
I was waiting for him to put in the drum effect sound, but this is what everybody's waiting for: the $50 Amazon gift card, sponsored by D10. Thank you so much, D10, for providing this. And as Mark hits the randomator thing offline, the winner is Gordon Johnson. Good, congratulations, Gordon, for winning the $50 Amazon gift card. Producer Mark will be sending you a message here to get all your contact info. Enjoy the gift card, and hopefully we'll see you guys at the road show that D10 is going to be doing, or road shows plural. I keep forgetting to add the S for savings at the end of it, but you need to our commercial pitch. But go ahead and go check out the road shows, and wow, maybe there'll be prizes on the road too. I don't want to promise anything, but it could be swag. You never know. But anyway, thank you so much.
There will be swag.
What? Confirmed?
There will be swag. Well, you've got extras up today.
You know how many people's ears just perked up because swag has been so limited in the world of AV lately. So absolutely, if there is swag, we're there. Is there a Dave Silverstein recipe book being done? Will that be giving away at least one secret recipe?
Oh yeah, I could bring a secret recipe. It's summertime these days. So I've been doing a lot of grilled oysters with garlic butter dill sauce.
You lost me at oysters, but I'm sure there's somebody on here that likes it. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on and giving us the latest and greatest on everything D10. Most importantly, the takeaways. What are the takeaways, Susan, that we want to walk away? What are the top 3 things that these attendees need to know as they walk away?
We got inventory, we got great promotions, and we got a great CAM team that can help you close your deals.
And my dog on cue. Wow, let it go. Let it go. It's her sidewalk.
Does she have a D10 deal she's trying to pull in?
She's very excited about the promos. Could be. Oh, God, in the joys of live video. So once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming by and taking some time. David, thank you so much for stopping in. Give us the scoop. Susan as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. And there's Kathy. I gotta thank Kathy. She's the D10 extraordinaire at Starin. So appreciate all her support. She can help you out too with any of your D10 projects.
Absolutely. There's a QR code. You snap that. I'll take you to some pretty cool places. People know how to use. I love that people know how to use QR codes these days. A couple years ago, it was unheard of. People hated them. Now everybody's got to do that if you want a menu. So take a picture of that QR code. Kathy will probably be on the other end of that QR code saying hi. So you never know. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. My name's Chris Neto. I am the Market Development Manager here at Starin. I do want to remind you that this is an ongoing series. So our town halls happen monthly. The next town hall that's coming up, as soon as I get the slide to function magically, I think the next town hall is not a surprise. We have the town hall announcement for August. There it is. The next town hall is on July 28th, and that is with Yamaha. So please join us for the Yamaha town hall, which would be July 28th. We will have an RSVP for that. If you need any information on that, my team at Starin.biz is the email address, and we will keep you in the loop for everything town hall, I guess town hall related. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Starin Town Hall for, well, the first one for July, because we're coming back for two, because that's what you demand. And we will see you at the end of the month. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. My name's Chris. See you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.